everyone, welcome. I am back once again to give you my thoughts on some of the hottest, most viral new makeup releases. Beginning with the Lawless Forget the Filler Skin Plumping Line Smoothing Foundation. I was lucky enough to have received a PR package containing 3 shades of this brand new foundation. If you are a regular viewer of my channel, you know how much I love the brand Lawless. In fact, I do have a full face of Lawless makeup tutorial on my channel that I will link in the description box. If perhaps you're unfamiliar with the brand Lawless, it was created by a woman named Annie Lawless, and she has done such a phenomenal job with her entire range of makeup over the years. Annie recently posted a video where she talked about how this foundation was 2 years in the making. In fact, I think I am going to include a little video that Annie put up recently during the launch of this foundation that really explains why this foundation is so different than the others.
This formula took over 2 years to develop. It has a gel cream consistency with a soft focus, soft matte finish. It's powered by Max Youth, a blend of skincare ingredients and peptides that help to improve the look of fine lines and wrinkles, smooth texture, and increase elasticity and firmness with continued use. It has a medium to buildable full coverage, and it has these coated pigments which really bind together in this matrix-like network that helps to move with the skin so it won't settle into fine lines and wrinkles or break up throughout the day. It comes in 33 shades, and it's non-comedogenic, so it's really safe for anyone with skin issues like acne or clogged pores or hormonal breakouts. It's great for sensitive skin types, and it's also great for mature skin types because it contains a biomimetic hyaluronic acid that really helps to maintain optimal hydration levels in the skin throughout the day. We have tested it, we've tried it, we've made tweaks, we've done research, we've done clinicals, we've done before and afters. We've tried it on different ages, textures, skin types, skin concerns, skin tones, and it is so amazing to be able to finally share it with you.
So I'm guessing after hearing that, you're thinking, wow, this must be a fantastic foundation. And honestly, it is. In my PR package, the 3 shades that they sent over were 6L, 7L, and 8L, which I knew just by looking at them were going to be way too dark for me. In fact, I found 6L, which is supposed to be a neutral shade, to be very, very, very warm. So my first impression of the foundation, at least of the shades, wasn't that great. I even posted on my Instagram story saying something like, is this supposed to be a neutral shade? Because it looks so, so warm. So ultimately, I decided to test out shade 7L. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I do look pretty tan today. That is because the only way I can wear shade 7L is if I have fake tanned. I love this foundation so much. I am going to go in store as soon as I can and pick up my actual shade, something closer to my natural, unfake tanned skin tone. So as soon as I do that, I will report back and let you know which shade I do ultimately choose. But for the past week, I have been able to test this foundation. I've just had to blend it down my neck or fake tan, and it was love at first use. The way this covered everything on my face without looking like a mask, without feeling cakey, without using a primer. I used nothing underneath this foundation, and my skin looked so, so good. As you can see here, I'm applying it with a brush. This is the brush that Lawless sent over with the foundation. It is a really good brush, but if you already have, say, a BK Beauty 101 foundation brush, or you have a Makeup by Mario F4 brush, or the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe brush number 7, which is a personal favorite of mine, then you don't really need to buy the brush. Of course, I love that this foundation includes a pump. It lasts all day on my very oily skin. I actually get less oily throughout the day with the Lawless foundation than I do with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Impeccable foundation that I spoke about in last month's testing new makeup. I could probably spend the next 10-15 minutes continuing to rave about this foundation, but I will spare you all of that. I think you've gotten all of the details. You've gotten my very, very picky opinion on it. But I do want to let the people who might be new to my channel, perhaps this is the first video of mine you've ever seen, I do have oily skin. So keep that in mind, that I cannot tell you for sure if I think that dry, mature skins are going to like this foundation as much as I do. So if you have dry skin and you're feeling that you might need to see some beauty creators with dry skin give their opinion before you buy, I can 100% understand that. Okay, moving on to contour. This one is from Rare Beauty. I purchased the shade Mellow. I did go into a Sephora store to purchase this, and I felt like the lightest shade in the range was going to be too light, and I also swatched the third, and I felt that that one would be too dark. And then I swatched this one, thinking that it might be either too cool or too warm, but when I swatched it on my arm and then blended it out, it looked like the perfect contour shade. And I was right. I truly hesitated to buy this because I have so many other contour products that I just love, but I knew in my gut that so many of you were going to be curious about it. That's when I remind myself it's my job to give my honest thoughts based on my 30 years in the beauty industry on the newest, hottest makeup products. The first time I used this, I was impressed. And as I continue to use it, the more and more impressed with it I am. And I'm starting to reach for this one over those other favorites of mine. So well done, Selena Gomez and Rare Beauty. This is excellent. Next up is a drugstore powder that is also excellent, but I am not going to be recommending it. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Blur-fection up to 24-hour blurring, brightening, loose setting powder. I don't know if by the time this video goes live that it will be available in stores. I purchased mine from the TikTok shop. A lot of times brands will launch products on TikTok shop before they launch anywhere else. So I paid $15.99 for this powder. It does a fantastic job living up to those claims of being brightening and blurring. I chose the one with a slight pink tint to it, which is called, oh, I don't see a name on it anywhere. If I can find the name, I will put it in the description box. But I do believe there were 4 options. One was completely translucent, but I knew I wanted to get the brightening pink one. So why, you ask, am I not recommending it? Well, it's the price. The price for the amount that you get. For the price of $15.99, you are only getting 6 grams of product. That's it. 6 grams. The other brand new pink powder I've been testing out is this one from Kosas. And this, I think, is just as good as the L'Oreal. Yes, it's more than double the price of the L'Oreal, but you're getting 20 grams of product. 6 grams for $16 or 20 grams for $38. Now, I'm definitely no math wizard, but I believe purchasing the Kosas is the smart way to go. This Kosas Cloud Set Loose Powder might just be my new favorite of all time. It smooths pores and fine lines. It has a featherweight formula that melts into the skin. It's never cakey, powdery, or drying. It contains bamboo stem extract to help reduce excess oil, and it is talc-free. It's safe for sensitive skin and clinically proven not to clog pores or cause breakouts. All right, moving on to eyeshadow. I purchased one of the new Charlotte Tilbury Beautifying Eye Trends palette. I picked up Sensual Sunset, and it is stunning. It looks so much better in person than it does online. Purchasing this was another instance of taking one for the team and doing my job, because this palette is $60. Yes, you heard that right. $60 for a palette that has a plastic cover and no mirror. That's Charlotte Tilbury, which is supposed to be a very luxe brand, right? So like a lot of other people, I thought, what was she thinking? Or what was the brand thinking when they priced these palettes? There are four or five different colorways. This is the one that appealed to me the most, seemed the most practical. And I did see someone, it might have been, was it Morgan Turner Makeup, who is amazing, by the way. I think it might have been her that said that, yes, it's $60 for plastic and no mirror, but a lot of people have paid $52 or $55 for the Dior Backstage palettes, and they don't seem to complain about those being Dior and plastic and no mirror. And again, $50 or $52? Let me double check. Okay, the Dior Backstage palettes are $52. So people have been paying $52 for those for a long time now. So perhaps that was Charlotte Tilbury's reasoning that these were worth the $60 price tag. Now for comparison though, she has had other eyeshadow palettes in the past that, mind you, were in much more beautiful packaging with a mirror that were $70. So I think we're all pretty smart. We know that packaging does contribute a lot to the price of a product. So I personally think that matching the Dior price of $52 would be better than hiking it up to $60. That's just my opinion. Is the quality even worth the $60 price tag? Well, I've got to say yes. Let's just say I would have been really, really upset and most likely returned the palette had the shadows not been so buttery and pigmented and blendable. And the shimmers in this palette, whew, my goodness, they are stunning. I am absolutely in love with my eyeshadow today. In fact, I really love my entire makeup look today. All right, let's move on to blush. I've purchased 2 shades of the new YSL Make Me Blush powder blushes, and I truly love them both. I posted a YouTube short demonstrating the 2 shades that I purchased, and I will have the link to that in the description box of this video. So because I had already done that video, I decided for this little demo here to show you the Natasha Denona High Blush. I picked up 2 shades, Simply Shy and Sweet Cheeks. The first one I applied was Simply Shy, and honestly, this one didn't really impress me that much. If Simply Shy had been the first one I purchased, I don't know if I would have purchased a second shade. The highlighters in both are beautiful, but very, very similar. I 1000% prefer Sweet Cheeks. It gives me more color payoff. I think it's better for my skin tone. And I did demo this duo in my It Girl makeup tutorial that I will also link for you. I am in love with this highlighter though. It's so, so beautiful. There's no glitter, there's no fallout. It's easy to apply with just your fingers. This compact is really nice. It has a mirror. It's a great size for travel. The bottom line is if you already have this shade, you don't need this shade. If you want to get a second duo, I would go for one that is totally different than the ones that are in here, the shade in here. Probably the mauve, or there's another one that looks very different from this one. The only reason why I picked up Simply Shy and not one of those other colors is because when I was at Ulta, which first of all, I didn't know they had these in store because none of these Sephora stores around me had them in store. It was online only. But Ulta had them in store, but they only had this shade left and one of this shade. So that's why I got it. And I feel like I didn't say enough about the YSL blushes. They're very pretty. They're very smoothing. They're long wearing. And I'm saying this because in that short video, you mostly only get to see what they look like on. I don't really go in depth into longevity or blurring or any of that. They are very highly pigmented. They come in shimmer and matte formulas. I've seen a lot of influencers get these in a PR package, and it's to the point where I think people get turned off when every influencer is showing the same products over and over and over, especially ones that they got in PR. And I know that can lead to a little bit of uncertainty, a little bit of distrust within the consumer community because you're feeling like, oh, they're only saying this to stay on YSL's PR list. They're only saying this because they're being paid. Well, I'm here to tell you, I bought both with my own money and I think they're great. Do I think they're worth $45? That's up to you. If you're someone who is already buying Gucci blush or Dior blush or Chanel blush or Armani blush, then the price point isn't going to stop you. And I don't think you would regret picking up one of these. I've got two new mascaras to talk about. One I purchased, one that came in a PR package. The one that came in the PR is the Benefit Bounce mascara. And then I bought a mini of the Tarte Platinum mascara. The full name is Lights Camera Lashes Platinum. And I like this one for how dark it is. I like the fact that it holds curl. But I do find that as I try to build it up to go in with a second coat, it does become a little clumpy and my lashes become a little spiky. That does not happen with the Bounce. The difference is, though, the wand on the Bounce mascara has a little bit more of a learning curve to it because it is kind of different. It's got a dip in the center. You've got traditional bristle brushes on one side and then rubberized bristles on the other side. And it's not quite as dark of a black as the Tarte Platinum. Now, that might be a good thing for some people or a turnoff for others. For me, based on the results I get, I did apply one to one eye and one to the other eye, and I just felt like I personally preferred the Bounce. I could go in with several coats of this and I never got the clumps or spiky look that I get with this one. I always feel like giving a good review or even a bad review to a mascara isn't always that helpful because we all start off with different lashes. I mean, I know we all start off with different everything, but when it comes to lashes, some people are just really lucky and they already have long, dark, beautiful, voluminous lashes. They put on one coat of mascara and their eyes look amazing. It looks like they have falsies on. Then there are people like me who have short, blonde, very sparse, fine lashes that don't hold a curl. And we need to go in several times with our mascara, do several coats to get our desired effect. And I guess the point I'm trying to make is that this one is better for, I believe, my type of lashes. If you want to keep going and building so that your lashes look really long, fluttery, and not clumpy or spiky. All right, let's talk about these Rhode lip shapers, lip liners, lip shapers. I had seen these being talked about before they launched on the Rhode Instagram page. I saw several influencers who had gotten the PR package. I gave into the hype and purchased two on the day that they launched. I picked up Twist and Lunge. They're not horrible, but I think you can save your money on these. I get what Hailey Bieber was trying to do with this. She wanted to create a lip product that would make overlining your lips appear more natural. I've seen a lot of comments on a lot of videos, not just mine, but on Instagram Reels and on TikToks, where people who have overlined their lips, there's inevitably comments. Most people like the look. I would say that 70% like the look, but then you've got 30% who are saying, I hate the overlined look. It doesn't look natural. So this, I believe, was Hailey's answer to having, once again, overlining look more natural so that you can have your lips appear fuller without having any harsh lines or getting up close to somebody and seeing that there's a huge difference between where their lip ends and where the liner is. So for that purpose, they do work. But if you want longevity, this is not where it's at. And for $24 to have something that honestly wipes off with like one swipe, I'll show you. So it's on my hand, right? And now it's pretty much gone. I don't have another lip liner sitting here, but I'm gonna go grab one so I can show you the difference. Okay, I've got a couple of different MAC lip liners here, so I'm going to swatch one and then another and do the same thing. So some wiped off, but they aren't completely gone like these were. And then this little kind of plastic nub on the end, from what I understand, this is here to help you blend the liner into the lip. But Personally, I don't think it's necessary. I think you can just use your finger to blend out the lip liner. I don't know, I'm just not a fan. I do like the other Rhode products I have, like the pocket blushes and the lip glosses or lip treatments. I have several shades of both of those and I do like them. I reach for them a lot, but I don't think I will be reaching for these very much. Probably too late to return them, and I will just chalk it up to just a purchase I regret. And then lastly, I was sent over the new Buxom Full On Plumping Glossy Lip Oils. They sent me all 6 shades, and the shade I used today is White Russian. So I'm going to read you a little bit of what's on the back of this card. It says that it is clinically proven to provide instant plump and all-day hydration while delivering 25% fuller lips after 1 week. An oversized doe foot applicator coats lips with a pop of color, shine, and sugared vanilla scent in just 1 swipe. It contains a unique plumping peptide complex, jojoba seed oil, vitamin E, and other botanical extracts. It retails for $26. Much like the Makeup by Mario lip oils that I spoke about last month, you really only, if you're going to get one, just buy one. Here are swatches of all the other 5 shades. And as you can see, they do have a little bit of a tint to them, but on the lips, they pretty much all come out looking the same. I do like how shiny they are, and I quite like the smell. I don't find them to be overpowering. There's a little bit of a tingle there, but it's not bad. So in a sea of lip oil options, are they extraordinary? No, but they're nice. And they're a lot less expensive than Dior. So I think that's it. Those are my thoughts on some of the most hyped up, hottest, most viral new makeup releases. I will have all of the products listed and linked down below in the description box of this video. If you are on your mobile phone, you just have to hit show more and that entire description box should pop down. If you did enjoy this video, I really appreciate you giving it a thumbs up. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, I hope that you will consider doing so. I do upload new videos at least twice per week. You can also find more content from me over on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. My username is the same on every social media platform. It's Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.